Hey, Sheograth, you were first, so I'm going to ask you my question. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day! Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dawg Knight. All right, stop the music. Good morning, my peoples. What's happening? I'm P. Dawg Knight. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your humble host. And I got on the internet this morning like I always do. And there's just, what's the word we like to use? Internet fucketry. Okay. Now, sometimes people put things on the internet. Here, hang on a second. I'm trying to get my, hold on. Let me get a little, I got to get the funk going early today because I kind of forgot it yesterday. Or was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I don't know. One of these days I forgot it. So let me put on some soothing mood music for what we do here at the Morning Night Live, because I think it's very important that we have a little funk in the background just to make it that special thing that we do. But so here, all right, plug your ears. Oh no, here's what I'll do. I'm going to turn the desktop audio down before I do this. Then I won't blow you out here. Make sure I get a nice volume level here. All right, now we'll turn it back on, and you'll have to just tell me how that is. Does that work for y'all? Well, if it works for y'all, I don't, but I do care. All right, so, by the way, well, here, let's get into this right away, because I'll say good morning to everybody in a minute. But there's this little video on here. Please split at work. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm going to start it at the beginning. I'm going to pause it, put it right here at the beginning. And here's the thing that I saw, one of the many things I saw when I got on the internet this morning. So I'm going to show you right now. Let me click my little button here and put it on the screen. All right, so we have this little video. And it's from somebody named DJ Judd. Okay, now this is a Kamala Harris town hall right here, and this is the scene inside the place. And they did it at a girls' club, and it's really small and intimate. They tried to make it look like it was had to make it look like a packed house. I'm sure, look at that. There's all the people in there. Now they put now this isn't even I don't know what the hell they did there. There's one picture. Here's two pictures. Okay, this is the whatever sign there. This is the girls club in Nassau, New Hampshire, something like that. Girls Inc. That's what it is, of Girls Inc. of New Hampshire. Okay, so he puts up this little video right here. Okay, he puts up this little video that says the line was wrapped around the building here at Girls Inc. of New Hampshire in advance of Senator Kamala Harris's Nashua town hall. And now watch this video. Look at this. Look at the line just wrapped around the building. Now look what they do here. Watch. I'm going to hit play. Watch this. Here it goes. Oh, look at that impressive line going around the building. They're just they're ready to pack the house here. There's just all these people lined up to go into this town hall. Stop. Now, all right, hold on. I'm going to let it go through. You'll see it the second time. And I'm gonna try to pause it. I'll pause it at the end here to show you something that I thought was hilarious. All right, so this is the entrance to the building. All right, now let's go another second. All right, now this is the entrance, the hallway into the room that they set up the chairs. Okay, and they've got like 4 people here in line, that they let in. Okay, now let me do another little quick blip here. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, there's the 4 they let in. And then, so now the doors into the room that they set up all the chairs. Okay, look at this. All right, there's the table. Now, the people who were running the event are obviously sitting here in the back. And then you see the chairs in here. Okay, so they got some chairs set up. They got about, let's see, there's 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So there's 36 chairs there. Anyway, so they maybe have, they maybe got a couple hundred chairs in this room. If you look at the back, let me see if I can pop this in here where you can kind of see it. Let's see, going in the room. Here we go. There's the chairs going across there. Let's see. Well, let me do this. Let me go on. Here we go. Oh, it didn't let me do it. What the hell? Let's click here. Yeah, so there's 6 rows of chairs. Roughly, let's see. So they probably got 12 in that row. So they might have, let's see, 6 times 12. That's 72 chairs. 72. Now I went and stopped this video and I counted in this line. Now obviously this was before they opened the doors to the event. Okay, they weren't letting anybody in. They're making them wait outside. And this fool, I went and slowed this down and counted how many people were in that line. Sheograth, you are close. In fact, let me give you. I'm gonna run it one more time. Everyone, give me your estimate of how many people are in this line, and then the prize will be. I'll ring the bell for the prize winner. That's your prize. You get the bell if you can tell me how. Okay, so here we go. Watch closely. Watch very carefully. Guess how many people are in this line? I kind of probably shouldn't have said Sheograth was close, but you're not. Well, you're close-ish, not real close. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Watch closely. All right, you're going through. In the line, not the people walking to join the line that just parked their cars. All right, and there you go. That's the end of the line. Put your guess up on the board. You got 13 seconds plus 5-second delay. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get a 5-second delay for my delay that I get between seeing my chat and what you put up there. All right, we got some good guesses coming in. Yes, we do. All right, that's probably everybody who's here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty much everybody. All right, if you don't have your guess in, you are too late. The number of people in the line, not walking to the line from their cars, I probably should have included the 4 people that are in the door because I counted them too. Well, let's just count the people in the line. -4. So the answer is 127 people. So the winner today is Lord Rothschild. Okay, Lord Rothschild is the closest. 127 people are in the line, and there's 4 already inside the door. So they didn't open the doors, and this fool is trying to make it sound like, oh, they are just lined up all around the building just to see Kamala Harris. Oh my gosh! I watched this thing about 4 times. I'm like, there's not that many people in line. So I finally just says, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it like every second and count every person. 127 people. The line was wrapped around the building here at Girls Inc. of New Hampshire in advance of Senator Kamala Harris's Nashua Town Hall. They're just busting down the doors, man. All right, but that's okay. I mean, and it's not necessarily a knock on Kamala Harris. A town hall for a presidential candidate, May 15th, 2019, for an election that doesn't happen until November 2020. The fact that she got that many people probably is pretty impressive in a small town like Nashua, New Hampshire, you know. Oh, by the way, I do have my reparations coffee, and I definitely need a sip. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat because I'm just laughing at this whole thing right now. Now, Firsties came out. Firsties goes to Sheagrath. Good morning, Sheagrath. Oh, hi. Good morning, Gilded Liberty, Zombie Teddy, Necro Collins, Necro. All You Need, Tyler F., Chadwick Dupree, Lord Rothschild. I said Teddy. Tyler F. Good morning. I said that's you got twosies there. Gilded Liberty. I think I said that. Yeah, you were up there. All right, that looks like everybody. So I've said hi to everybody so far. Welcome to the show. Today it is Jussie Wednesday because we've been doing Jussie updates every Wednesday for quite a while now. Unfortunately, Jussie's news has been kind of tame lately, although there are a few updates. Now, if you hadn't heard already, I'm sure you heard this because everyone was talking about this. Good morning, Chicago Mike. Everyone's already been talking about the fact that, excuse me, Jussie Smollett, they renewed his contract for Empire. However, he will not be appearing on the show in the last season. Oh, season 6. Also, good morning, Evil One. Good morning, Jaeger Pony. But now it has been announced that this will be the last season of Empire. Oh, I know. You all are so upset. I know you're all upset. I know you can't. Please hold back the tears and the screeching and the crying and the angst that you have because there will no longer be an Empire. But here's a couple things about that. So now what I think is going to happen this year, I think Empire is going to pull out all the stops on the writers. I think the writers are going to go crazy. Here's the thing. So if you hadn't heard, there's been a little bit of turmoil because of Mr. Smollett's actions. Oh, excuse me, because he was tagged in a racist and a homophobic attack. And so the cast has been somewhat split, and the cast and crew, I should say, has been somewhat split on how Smollett should be treated. There's cast members who are absolutely still supporting Jussie Smollett and want him there, and I think the writers are in that group. And then there's some cast members who are just disgusted with him. And that's my Entertainment Tonight version of what's happening with the Jussie Smollett case. But in any case, this is going to be the last season of Empire. So I'm sorry, folks. It's just going away. It's funny. My wife still watches it, and this season here, when they had the big gay wedding of black men. And they hyped it up. You've never seen black men in this way before. And I'm like, why do I want to see black men in this way? I mean, fine, it's cool. They get married, big deal. It's a wedding. But it's the first gay wedding of black men ever televised on TV. So anyway, a couple other Jussie updates. Apparently, Rafa Weigel, I'll put this on the screen. Rafa Weigel, who is he's the reporter for Fox 32 in Chicago, the local Fox affiliate, and he got a tip that State's Attorney Kim Foxx would be at Circuit Court of Cook County today for a meeting. She had no comment when asked if she was concerned about Sheila O'Brien's subpoena to have her office investigated. Then he apologizes for the bad camera work here. Apparently, this is Kim Weigel going to that meeting. Kim Foxx going to that meeting. And just a reminder, Jussie goes hard. Yeah, the gay Tupac definitely goes hard.
Hey, why is Miss Fox here today?
Good morning. In the building, that's why.
You have a meeting in the building, Miss Fox?
Yep.
Are you concerned at all about Sheila O'Brien's subpoena in any way?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. Apparently his camera work was his phone, so there you go. And then what else is happening? I'm just on the Jussie Smollett hashtag now because really there isn't a ton of news. But here's If you're interested in questions the former Illinois appellate Justice Sheila O'Brien has for Kim Fox's motive in dropping the Jussie Smollett charges, O'Brien petitioned for a special prosecutor to investigate Kim Fox. Decision would come today. So here's, let's see. Kim Fox, state's attorney, what were your motives? When you said you recused yourself from the Jussie Smollett case, but still communicated with your staff about the Jussie Smollett case. What were your motives when you received a document from one of your assistants who told you that the law of Illinois was that your recusal would require a special prosecutor, and you did not comply with that law, 55 ILCS 5/3-9008? What was your motive when you communicated with a private attorney about Jussie Smollett? What was your motive when you communicated with the family of Jussie Smollett when you agreed to seal the people versus Jussie Smollett court file, when your office null prost a 16-count indictment against Mr. Smollett, when you invited the office of the Inspector General to investigate your handling of the people versus Jussie Smollett, knowing that he is not a prosecutor, can only investigate past facts, and cannot take any action in the Jussie Smollett case like a special prosecutor can. Interesting. I didn't know that. No, that's news to me. Because she did ask to be investigated, but from a department that can't do anything about it. That's hilarious. Okay. And let's see. What were your motives when you asked Judge Hawkins not to allow the Inspector General to see the grand jury proceedings in the People versus Jussie Smollett, thus controlling the investigation by the Inspector General? See Exhibit 1 provided by the state's attorney to be heard on May 9th before Hawkins. When you refused to and still refuse to answer the public questions about your role as state's attorney in People versus Jussie Smollett, when you refused and still refused to answer the questions of the press about your role as state's attorney, People versus Smollett, and why you are fighting so hard to keep Judge Martin when there are hundreds of judges in Cook County and around the state who do not have a son hired by you, your administration, and are not working for you and under your supervision. Those are the few of the questions about the motives. However, even though the state's attorney raised motives, the motives of petitioner and the state's attorney herself are not before this court at this time. Only the court's recusal is before the court. So anyway, so she's let's just say Kim Fox has taken a little heat. Empire canceled after 6 seasons with no plans for Jussie Smollett to return. Oops. What do you think of another case of karma, Trump curse, or both? Oh, yeah. So the entire show has been canceled. Wow. This morning, a judge is set to decide whether to assign a special prosecutor to investigate Kim Fox. So they're going to investigate her. But first, he has to decide whether to recuse himself from the decision because his son works for Fox. Yeah, that's the judge that they tried to keep on the case. So, judge transferring decision on Smollett. A judge in Chicago says another judge will decide if a special... Oh, so they did actually do that. Here's from the Epic Times. Judge in Chicago says another judge will decide if a special prosecutor is needed to investigate why the state's prosecutor's office dropped charges accusing Jussie Smollett of staging a racist, anti-gay attack against himself. Judge Leroy Martin Jr. insisted on May 10th that he was merely transferring the matter, not recusing himself. Oh, great. And his son works in her office. Look at that. Former Illinois Appellate Court Judge Sheila O'Brien has asked for a special prosecutor to examine why the office of Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox dropped charges against the Empire Star. So lots of stuff going on. I think people are done messing around with this. I'm pretty sure that in fact, they still could charge Smollett again. That's the other thing. Because the case never went to any form of trial, there's nothing binding them from not actually charging him with the same crimes. But that's none of my business. Okay, so that's your Jesse update, Monday motivation, or not. Yeah, that's about them being canceled. So anyway, there's your Jesse update. Good morning, MC. How you doing? Hammer time. All right, so there you go. That's the Jesse update for today. I was also on Twitter. Now I don't know if I can find it now because it's long gone, but maybe we'll see. Here, let's see. Scroll down a little bit and see if this shows up. I thought this was kind of hilarious. There's let's see. We'll just keep scrolling until if I see it, it's my thumbnail. So I should have. There we go. Here we go. So this is from the Regents Park Police. Okay, this is over on the other side of the pond from where most of us live. Good morning, Faithless. How you doing? I see you there now. Did anyone else show up? Okay, cool. RVA, good morning. And I think I've got everybody so far. Regents Park Police. Yesterday, we conducted a weapons sweeps, dealt with a person injured from a van reversing on them, reported a burglary, and collected all of these from Scope Charity Shop, who diligently didn't want them to get into the wrong hands and disposed of correctly and safely. Yes, the Regent Park Police went to a thrift shop and picked up some knives. Isn't this fantastic that they're taking care to, take care of all the possible crimes in Britain by collecting all the knives? Now, there are a couple interesting items in this collection. Now, who is this? Regents Park Police. Oh, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Regents Park. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Regents Park. So there's a couple interesting items in here. So right here, if you can see my cursor, right? This is a fencing sword. A fence. I don't remember the technical term for a fencing sword. It's sheer spear. I don't know. Fencing sword, whatever. Over here, if you notice right there, in fact, I'm going to blow this up. Look at this. Oh, that didn't work. What am I doing? All right, there's you can't do that in Twitter. Anyway, that's a spoon. Rapier. There we go. Rapier. Foil. Rapier. Yeah, thank you. This right here is a spoon. Make sure the police dispose of that spoon properly. Right here. This one right here. And that one right there. Those are sharpening steels. For like when you're like, I have them when I cook and I have to they're not great sharpeners. They're not like getting a knife sharp professionally, but they do help sharpen the knife slightly when you're sharpening a carving knife. Right here, I got a couple. There's a roast fork. There you go. I see you. See you there. There's a couple meat forks. One here. There's another one up here. And the rest of these, for the most part, I got a paring knife. This looks like a steak knife. These are all. That's a bread knife. This is hilarious. But knife crimes are rampant in Britain. It's amazing. Now this is some kind of I don't know what the hell that is. Some kind of sword. And there's a little harikari knife, so I can see that. That's unusual. There's the sheath for the harikari knife. But man, these are all. Thank God the. What's this part? Now I lost the department already. Anyway, thank God that this police department is keeping us safe from kitchen cutlery. Thank you, wherever you are from, police department. That I've already lost I lost it somewhere. I'll find it again. What are they called? Here, hang on. I'm scrolling. Why did I know what happened, because I did that and I messed up a lot of things. All right. Well, anyway, thank God they're saving us from kitchen carving utensils. Let's see. Dawg Knight. There is another photo from them that has like pliers and stuff. Yeah, and thank goodness that the police in Great Britain have nothing better to do than to keep you safe from kitchen carving utensils. All right. Oh, let's see. Here's an interesting. Here's a. Oh, okay. So we're gonna get into this when we get into Twitter trends, because Twitter trends is going to be pretty obvious today. So I don't have my headlines, so I'm just gonna scroll through Twitter and see what's interesting in here. Let's see. Okay, there's a whole bunch about the abortion bill in Alabama, which we will talk about pretty soon. Oh yeah, Elizabeth Warren. So you've probably seen this. So a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, whatever, Fox News did a candidate town hall with Bernie Sanders, and he went on there and he did pretty well for Bernie Sanders. If you believe in Bernie Sanders' policies, then you would have liked it, and if you don't, you would have liked it anyway, because they weren't exactly easy questioning on him. So Elizabeth Warren also got invited to do a town hall on Fox News, and she decided that instead of doing that, she's going to do this little screed. Let's just go through Elizabeth Warren's thread here. I love town halls. I've done more than 70 since January. Wow, you wouldn't know it. I guess you would. Maybe she's been out there. I'm sure she has. And I'm glad to have a television audience be a part of them. Fox News has invited me to do a town hall, but I'm turning them down. Here's why. Fox News is a hate-for-profit racket that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracists. Now, I don't really watch Fox News anymore. I see clips of Tucker Carlson on the internet, and occasionally I'll see a clip of Hannity, although I'm not a fan of Hannity. Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham. Anyway, the five, I like Greg Gutfield, whatever. Again, I don't watch Fox News. I occasionally see the clips on the internet. Hate for profit, really? Really? Oh my God. It's designed to turn us against each other. Really, is it? Or is it just designed to give people a side of the news that they don't see on the other networks? Come on. You know what? This is she's trying to get attention. Because she's not getting much traction so far, and so this is her way of doing it. It's designed to turn us against the other, risking life and death consequences to provide cover for the corruption that's rotting our government, hollowing out our middle class. You know what? Stop pandering. Stop trying to pander to me as part of that middle class. How is it hollowing out our middle class? I gotta think that our middle class is probably doing pretty good right now. I just do. At least I'm not rich. I'm definitely not poor. In fact, there's very few people in this country who are actually poor, percentage wise. Okay. I've been to places where there are real poor people. Go into the real city of Mazatlan, Mexico. Not the resorts on the coast, but into the downtown and the city of Mazatlan. You'll see people who are actually poor. Go to Lagos, Nigeria. When I was in Lagos, you see actual poverty. Beggars in the street, beggars on the side of the road. We have it pretty freaking good here. Our poor people are rich in other countries. Let's just keep that in mind. But anyway, hate for profit works only if there's profit. So Fox News balances a mix of bigotry, racism, and outright lies with enough legit journalism to make the claim to advertisers that it's a reputable news outlet. It's all about dragging in ad money. Big ad money. Well, when you are the number one cable network, you tend to attract big ad money. That's just how business works, Senator Warren. But a lot of you are doing your damnedest to make sure that their advertisers leave them. But guess what? Fox News people who watch Fox News, they also buy dishwashers and insurance and cars and paint and freaking lawnmowers and light bulbs. They all buy that shit too. And they're the largest cable news audience out there. So people are going to advertise to them. Sorry, that's just how it works, lady. Excuse me, Senator. But Fox News is struggling as more and more advertisers pull out of their hate-filled space. A Democratic town hall gives the Fox News sales team a way to tell potential sponsors it's safe to buy ads on Fox. No harm to their brand or reputation. Spoiler, it's not. Here's one place we can fight back. I won't ask millions of Democratic primary voters to tune into an outlet that profits from racism and hate in order to see our candidates, especially when Fox will make even more money adding our valuable audience to their ratings numbers. Oh my God. Again, Fox News is the highest rated cable news outlet. There's people on Fox News who, even though they watch Fox News, might be interested in hearing what you have to say. But if you don't want to talk to them, you know what? That's okay. They probably aren't going to vote for your ass anyway, because you're never going to make it through the primaries, Senator Warren. I'm just telling you that right now. Of the currently 22 candidates for president on the Democratic side who are vying for the primaries, your chances are very, very slim. Even at best, 1/22nd, which that's generous, because whatever. Anyway, hi Sarah, how are you doing? Good morning. Did I say good morning? Good morning, Gil. I said hi to Gil. All right, cool. I'm running a campaign to reach all Americans. Wait. Okay, she probably should have left that line out of this thread. I'm running a campaign to reach all Americans except Fox News viewers. Okay? You're not trying to reach all Americans. But, I take questions from the press and voters everywhere I go. I've already held town halls in 17 states and Puerto Rico, including West Virginia, Ohio, Georgia, Utah, Tennessee, Texas, Colorado, Mississippi, and Alabama. I've done 57 media avails and 131 interviews, taking over 1,100 questions from press. Just since January, Fox News is welcome to come to my events just like any other outlet, but a Fox News town hall adds money to the hate-for-profit machine, to which I say, hard pass. All right, there. Well, here's a good point. Doris, whatever here. Missionaries don't preach to churches. They take the message to those who won't hear it anywhere else. CNN, MSNBC let both sides have a say. Fox doesn't? What? Oh, I see what you're saying. Fox doesn't. Well, actually they do, but whatever. Take the truth where it needs to be heard. Yeah. Oh, she's desperate. She's obviously getting attention from this. I've seen a lot of people retweet it. 90,000 likes, 17,000 retweets. And only about 4,000 comments, and a lot of them are positive for her. So she's not necessarily getting ratioed on this, but I just find the best line of that whole sentence though. I'm running a campaign to reach all Americans. Okay, yeah, you're not really, but that's okay. All right, whatever. So that I thought that was hilarious. By the way, just a reminder that the Morning Night Live, it's shill time. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Good morning, Pincalo. How you doing? I did some quick math about these numbers she's throwing up. It comes up on answering 9 to 10 questions for an event. Yeah, she didn't answer a ton of questions, but whatever, that's cool. I mean, she's out there. She's trying to do a little handshaking tour and whatever. There's just, I don't know that there's a ton of interest for her, but I know before this presidential cycle, I know that there was a lot of people who were trying to draft her into the race in years past, especially in 2016. But I think she didn't want to lose to Hillary Clinton, because Hillary Clinton was the anointed one. The DNC definitely was in the bag for Hillary, and that's just how it is. So, real quick, little shill time. Just remind you that Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewer. If you could do me a favor, you haven't already done it, down here is the that little arrow that says share. You can click share, share this with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, LinkedIn, wherever you share this kind of stuff. Also, while you're thinking about it, while I'm talking about it, go ahead and hit that like button, or dislike if you must, but if you like it with the show, hit the like button. And then also we do super chats via Streamlabs, and the link is in the chat. Sarah's put it in the chat. It's also down in the description down below if you miss it when she puts it up there. Donations are appreciated, but not required. The show is free, but it always helps me out. It definitely gives me incentive to keep doing this. A lot of you have been very, very generous, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And if you haven't noticed, I also put your names in the rolling credits at the end of the show, just to thank you periodically. So I really appreciate all of you, and we're up to 14% of my goal for the next 30 days, so that's pretty good too. All right. Oh, by the way, programming note. I definitely have a guest this Friday on Dog Park Friday, where we try to play nice. And this week's guest is going to be none other than the originator of Reparations Coffee, Brian. I can't think of Brian's last name. He goes by Hotep Jesus, or on Twitter he goes by Vibe High. So Hotep Jesus is going to join us on Friday. I'm going to ask him a little bit about we're going to talk a little bit about what the Hotep part of his nickname means. It's kind of a movement of people who of black men who try to be self-sufficient and things like that. And I kind of like the message. There's some things I don't agree with them, but for the most part, the more they talk, the more I go, oh, yeah, I'm pretty much Hotep. Although, and it's also interesting that there's a bunch of them. A lot of them are Trump supporters. Some of them are into, like, for this next cycle, are into Andrew Yang and a couple other people. But Brian and Hotep Jesus is going to be a real interesting guy to have on. Plus, they do a show every Thursday night called Hotep's Been Told You, where they also go over kind of some news items from a Hotep perspective. So it'll be real interesting. So look forward to that on Friday. And then tomorrow is obviously FTG Thursday. If you have any special FTGs I need to shout out, right down here. My Twitter handle is right down there, at Dawg Knight. You can send me a direct message if you have any special FTGs for me to shout out. Or you can email them to me, pdogknight@gmail.com. The spelling is just right there. Just put the at the other end of the pdogknight@gmail.com, and I will receive that information. So there's my shill for the day. Thank you very much. And if you have any Friday too, if you have questions for Hotep Jesus, we're going to do those via Super Chat too. So it's kind of an Ask Me Anything via the Super Chat, and we'll have a good time with that. All right, let's move on. Let's see if there's anything else real quick before I go on to Twitter trends. Breaking: Beto admits his white male privilege and bends over backwards to apologize for not being woke enough. I don't know if y'all saw this on The View. Beto O'Rourke's kind of having a difficult time, and he was on The View the other day. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. But let's listen. We'll listen to this real quick.
Vanity Fair cover to announce your campaign, and you said you were, quote, born to be in it. You went across the country alone on a road trip after you lost your election, and you said you, quote, sometimes help raise your kids. These are things in my mind that a female candidate wouldn't be able to get away with. Do you think you can get away with more because you're a man? And do you have any regrets about launching on the cover of Vanity Fair?
Now, that's a fascinating question from Meghan McCain. And in fact, a fascinating question from the women on The View, because what do the women on The View do for a living? Oh, yes, they have a show on TV. So what if how he announced it? But obviously, Beto, Beto, listen, this is Beto's on an apology tour right now, so let's listen to Beto's answer.
You're right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
There are things that I have been privileged to do in my life that others cannot.
Yeah, because you come from a very wealthy family and you married a woman who has like 10 times the wealth of your family. You married a super rich person. So yes, your privileges, yeah, you know what? If you were homeless in the gutter, your skin color wasn't going to matter. But guess what? You're very wealthy, Beto. You're very, very, very wealthy.
And I think the more that I travel and listen to people and learn from them, the clearer that becomes to me. When women in this country are paid 80 cents on the dollar.
Beto. Have you not heard that's a political statistic? It's not a societal statistic. It's a statistic designed to make it seem that there are oppressed people. When you compare an electrical engineer to a part-time barista, are those apples to apples comparisons? Do people make different choices in the types of careers they take? You know, the reason there are, let's take a profession like computer science or computer engineering or computer programming. There are no restrictions on who majors in computer programming in colleges and universities. And yet, God, why do I have to go down cue the shoe on head, red button clip. Exactly. All these companies, Google, Microsoft, the big tech companies, want more women in their companies. But if you look at the colleges and university departments of people who are in computer science and computer engineering, those majors are 80% male. 80-20. It's almost exact. It's an 80-20 split. I looked this up. 80% of computer science and computer engineering members are male. Now, there's no barriers to it. In fact, I was laughing because my son's girlfriend was also a computer science major, but then she switched out of it. She switched to something else because she wasn't as interested. 80% of computer science majors are male, 20% are female. In tech companies, 80% of computer programmers, engineers, and coders are male and 20% are female. What's wrong with that? That's if 80% of the majors are male, then 80% of the people in that business are probably going to be male, at least. Okay. Social work, lower paying majors, 96% female, 90% female, something like that. I mean, it's so people, the person who majored in social work isn't going to be doing petroleum engineering out on a rig in the ocean. Also, dirty jobs pay a lot of money. Dirty jobs, not electrical engineers, but electricians, coal miners, auto workers, sanitation workers. They make pretty good money compared to less dirty jobs. And they're highly male because it's harder to hire people for dirty jobs, so you got to pay a little more. versus being a server at TGI Fridays. Okay? That's just, there's no secret to the earnings difference between men and women, at least in our country. But you know what? Apples to apples, baby. Anyway, come on, Beto. What do you got?
Makes African American women 61 cents, Latinas 53 cents.
Not because they're paid that way, because it's what jobs they're doing. Sorry, you know what? Just a fact. If they're in the exact same job with the exact same training, with the exact same number of years experience, with the exact same production, almost in every case, women make more. For example, the first 5 years out of college, college graduates, women make more than men their first 5 years out of college. That's interesting, isn't it? Is that a wage gap? That's probably an actual wage gap. Same job, same profession. I laughed because there was a video on, there was two people who worked for a tech company, and they were sitting across, it might have been a BuzzFeed video, whatever. It was a black woman and a white guy, and they were talking about the wage gap and all this stuff. And then they said, okay, they're going to show each other what their yearly salary is, because they were in the exact same type of job. They're going to show each other their yearly salary at the end of the video. She puts up her thing, $120,000 a year. He puts up his, and it was like $79,000 a year. And they both went like, oh. You know why? Because everyone wants diversity. And if you're that's the other thing. And we're going to talk about this with Hotep Jesus. If you are talented and you're a minority, and not necessarily I shouldn't say just a minority, not just any minority. I'm going to say Hispanic and black because, unfortunately, Asians are kind of getting the shaft right now too. Not getting the shaft, but whatever. They are already highly represented in a lot of these high-paying jobs. But if you're a super talented black woman, Hispanic woman, even black males, companies are competing for you right now. I'm just telling you, they are competing for you because there's such a push to have diversity in companies. If you are a star, black or Hispanic person, the sky is the limit because they are dying to have you in their companies. They're dying to have you come to their elite schools. They're dying to have you be on their board. They're dying to have you because there's such this stupid woke nonsense. But hey, y'all, if I'm telling you, it's something you can take advantage of. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
When you have 10 times the wealth in white America than you do in black America, when you have the largest prison...
10 times the wealth in white America as you do in black America. Now I'm interested where he gets that statistic from. And it may well be true. It may be because... we're 13% of the population versus 67% of the population too. But it's, you know what? There's going to be things that are going to be different just because you're a minority, because of numbers. You can't help that shit. But there's nothing you can do, Beto, as president of the United States that's going to change that without having to steal from one person and give it to another. And when you do that, there's no incentive for that other person to actually work harder for shit if you're just giving us shit. So just stay the fuck out of my wallet there, Beto.
Population on the face of the planet, and it's disproportionately comprised of people of color. The systematic, foundational discrimination that we have in this country, in every aspect of life, is something that I have not experienced in my lifetime.
Okay, Beto. I think you're younger than me, Beto. Gotta tell you. God, just stop. Yes, you've had privileges because of your wealth and because of your family and whatever, but not, that's unique to you and your wealth. Okay. Wealthy people have always had an advantage because they have to worry a lot less about some things. All right. But, you're annoying. You're so annoying. Please keep apologizing for your privilege, Beto.
I've had advantages that others could not enjoy. So being aware of that,
being aware of that will do what, Beta? Beto. I keep calling him Beta. Beto. Robert. Robert. Please.
And doing everything in my power to help correct that.
Correct what? Which part, Beto? Correct what? Because right now, obviously, wages are rising, unemployment is down. Things are the economy right now is helping people that maybe have had trouble for a while. The economy is getting better. Wages are actually rising for the first time in many, many, many years. Employment's at its low. That's the hardest thing, man. You gotta run against Trump in an economy that is amazing by any standards you look at. Now, granted, there's some residual homelessness from the last 20 years, but homelessness has always been there. And you look at some of these cities on the West Coast, man, it's bad. We were in, the tent cities in Los Angeles. There's even a couple tent cities here in the Twin Cities that really just depress me. And I'm trying to figure out, man, what's going on? How are there so many homeless people? But you know what? I don't know. Anyway, keep it going.
With others, ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment, for example.
During the 70s, the Equal Rights Amendment came up. I'm not against equal rights for people at all. I mean, there's not even a but to that. There is an issue, however. I don't know that if you read it, I don't know that the consequence of that might not be what they think it's going to be. Hello, Dax. How you doing? Remember, that amendment has to go both ways. There'll be interesting stuff, especially in divorce cases, custody cases, things like that. That's going to be interesting if that passes. And there's a problem. Well, there's another one coming up. I'll tell you in a minute.
Example, so that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt that women will be treated equally in this country.
I'm not sure, and maybe there is something. I've been trying to think of exactly, are there rights right now in my lifetime, I'll say, and I'm the last of the boomers, the first of Gen X. In my lifetime, are there rights that men have, legal rights men have that women don't? And I've been wondering about that. I've been wondering because someone brought that up the other day, and I've been trying to think of anything, rights that men have that women don't. Maybe somebody can think of one.
Staring in the face the legacy of slavery and segregation.
Beta O'Rourke. Slavery ended 150 something years ago, more than that, whatever it is.
And Jim Crow and continued suppression in our economy, in our democracy, in our system of justice. It's the only way that you begin the work of repair and stop visiting those injustices on the generations that follow. So yes,
we cannot. We've got to stop using that as a crutch. I'm talking about me and my brethren. It can't be a crutch, dude. I mean, God. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. And I'll be damned. The opportunities are there for everybody, and we just got to make people believe it. That's why I hate this kind of shit. I can't listen to people who talk like this, because you're telling people that something that could have been in your past probably wasn't, because a vast majority of the there's very few actual descendants of slaves even. I mean, not that I said that wrong. We're not all descendants of slaves, and regardless if we were, we've never experienced that. I'm getting of that age where now people who are younger than me have never experienced any of the things he's talking about. Jim Crow, forced segregation, redlining. None of that stuff in my life. My stuff ended. Most of that stuff ended before I was born. And I'm getting close to retirement age. So absolutely none of you, even if there was that wealth gap of, yes, there were so many people who had families who had wealth and this and that. Guess what? That's still a very small percentage of people. Most people half of the white people didn't have that either. It's insane. You know, my parents were two high school teachers, and my mother ended up moving up into guidance counselor and was director of guidance for one of the Omaha public schools and whatnot. But they had more than a majority of white people. My parents are black. The opportunity, like I said, my grandfather got a law degree during the Great Depression. It's what opportunity. If you believe in opportunities, you'll work for an opportunity. Oh God! But you know what? He's pandering right now. He's pandering. He's got the leather straps and he's flogging himself. I'm bad because I had all this stuff, and oh, you poor people, you white savior. Oh yes, save me, Beto O'Rourke. Save me, Beto O'Rourke. God,
we have our work cut out for us in this country. I have my work cut out for me to be a better person.
You know what? If you have to spend all this time being a better person, then maybe you shouldn't be running for president, Beto. Seriously, because anytime someone brings something up, whether it's foreign policy, whether it's things happen in America, you're going to apologize. You're going to do the Obama apology tour around the world telling us America's bad. Well, you know what? Guess what? Americans don't want to hear we're bad. We want to hear how we can become better. Maybe that's why the slogan, Make America Great Again, caught on with some people. Because, you know, and even when Ronald Reagan was president, Ronald Reagan, too, he was so positive about America, and he made you feel good about being an American. And even if you hate Donald Trump, even if you were one of those people who hate Donald Trump, the idea that we're the worst country in the world, which is what these people try to make you think, and they're going to make it all better because they're the saviors. They're going to save everybody. Okay. The people who say, you know what? We are blessed to live in a country where you have opportunities. Now, could we help some of the people do the people at the bottom also, can we make it so that more people have opportunities? Can we create more for people and continue to make it better and better and better, instead of saying, well, we suck and I'm going to fix it for you and I'm going to give you stuff so it doesn't suck? I like the optimism part. And maybe that's why some of these, you know, in these cycles, there's a cycle of everything sucks and everything sucks and I'm gonna make it better for you because we're gonna give you some. We're gonna make the Affordable Care Act. You know, we're gonna give you some Obamacare. But if it can't give you no Obamacare, you know, we've been a terrible part of the world, and maybe we should give up some of our prestige because that's how we do things. Versus, let's make America great again. America was great. And it can be great, and we can make it better. We can make it great again. Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I'd rather be inspired to greatness than flog myself for the things of the past.
That I'm more mindful to the experiences that others have had, different than the experiences that I've had.
You regret the Vanity Fair cover.
Are those mistakes? Would you say those are mistakes? Being on the cover of Vanity Fair?
Yeah, so make
Oh, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
No. You, stop running for president. You can just get off the stage, Beto. Get off the stage.
I think it reinforces that perception of privilege, and that headline that said I was born to be in this. In the article, was attempting to say that I felt that my calling was in public service. No one is born to be president of the United States of America.
Yeah, especially you. Especially you. You have no idea who you are, dude. And you have nothing for anybody else. Oh, my God.
Least of all me.
Okay, then we're done. We're done, Beto. You're done. Least of all you, then get off the stage. Nobody should vote for you. Goodbye. You're done. I should have saved that one for tomorrow. Because FTG. Give me an FTG for Beto O'Rourke. My God. What oh my gosh. All right. Let's see here. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Oh, Bill Nye, the electrical engineer. He likes to call himself the science guy. Personally, I think climate change is a much bigger problem than Bill Nye swearing about it. Yeah, could be. Okay, so Kyle Kashup, dear Bill Nye, cursing like a middle schooler on Xbox Live doesn't make me respect you. It makes you look like a joke. And Dat No Facts, I think climate change is a much bigger problem. Yeah, it may be, it may not be. There's no really objective person. Oh yeah, good.
I've got an experiment for you. Safety glasses on. By the end of this century, if emissions keep rising, the average temperature on Earth could go up another 4 to 8 degrees. What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire. There are a lot of things we could...
Okay, great, Bill Nye. Yeah, by the way, AOC has walked back to her claim that the world is going to end in 12 years. Oh, yeah, that was just sarcasm, she says. Okay, all right. You know what? I think I've had enough of these articles. Let's get into Twitter trends. It's almost that time, and I'm just going to start it early so I don't have to run late. How are y'all doing today, by the way? How are you doing? You good? FTG for Beta. There you go. Bill Nye, the fake guy. Yeah, the electrical engineer that plays a science guy on TV. I don't have any confidence. You know what? Whatever. Yes, there is climate change. I do not deny 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 climate change. Oh, dude. AP. Here's... A Nebraska farmer amputated his own leg with a pocket knife after it became stuck in a grain auger. Ooh, yeah, gee. Omaha, Nebraska. That's my hometown. A northeastern Nebraska farmer is recovering after cutting off his own leg with a pocket knife to save himself from a piece of farm equipment he had become caught in. Ugh. Omaha Television KETV reports that the 63-year-old Kurt Kaiser of Pender was unloading cord last month when he got out of his truck and accidentally stepped on the grain hopper opening. An auger in the hopper caught Kaiser's leg, pulling it in and mangling it. The auger is a tube that uses a rotating shaft to suck the grain and push it through a tube to deposit it in a bin. Kaiser said he couldn't pull his leg out and didn't have a cell phone. There was no one around to help. So he took his pocket knife out and sawed off his leg below the knee. Ugh! After he was freed, he crawled 150 feet to the nearest phone and was flown to a hospital. Kaiser says he never lost consciousness. On Friday, Kaiser was released from a rehabilitation center. He will have to wait for the amputated leg to fully heal, getting a prosthetic leg. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to put that one in. What's the hashtag for Lords of the Night? Not MITM. That's or MITAM. Oh, MSS News? That's definitely an MSS. I'm going to send this one to these guys. Here, we'll do it right now. Here we go. Hashtag MSS News. And there we go. Oh my goodness. I should have put an MITAM too, but that's okay. Woo. Can you imagine this? Oh man, the dude had to be. What's going through your mind as you're doing that? Can you imagine just you're caught in an auger? What are you going to do? All right. Let's do this. Let's get into trends because there's a couple topics in here that I know that we're going to want to talk about today or not want to talk about. It's never been my favorite subject because, you know what? Emotions run too high on this and I don't, whatever. It's not, I don't know. Alabama's trending number 1 and we all know why. Alabama Senate advanced a bill banning abortion in almost all cases, including rape and incest, in direct challenge to Roe versus Wade. Now, they did change that. The rape and incest, and their total ban on abortion is the U.S. most restrictive to date and follows a similar law in Georgia that bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. It now goes to Governor Kay Ivey's desk for his signature. State senators debated the ban before the vote. Here's the thing. This is going to be immediately, first of all, I think it's set to, if it passes, it goes into, if she signs it, it goes into effect in 2020. This law will never happen. There is way too much Supreme Court's precedent. There'll be an injunction immediately. Some judge will have an injunction. It'll make it to circuit court. Circuit court will strike it down, and the Supreme Court will not even hear the case. I just think that, you know what? Yeah, okay. This is one protester out the State House passing out coat hangers. Yeah, you can still get an abortion. This is going to be struck down the way they wrote it. I think it's an unnecessary. I understand. I understand the pro-life arguments. I understand the pro-choice arguments. My personal belief, yes, it needs to be legal, but I think they need to find some. There is common ground on restricting it to a certain amount of time. I probably think 6 weeks is way too short. I do agree that is a life in someone's body. It's a struggle in my mind. It always has been, but it has to be legal for the people who are going to do it. It's like saying, murder should be legal for the people who have to do it. Well, you don't have to murder anyone. I don't know. It's a topic I don't want to talk about because I don't have skin in the game. I personally think it's an abhorrent practice that has to be legal up to a certain point. That's my opinion. Okay. I'm not going to tell people how to. It's not that I'm not going to tell people what to do with their bodies, but that's because that's the argument. You can't tell me what to do with their body. Well, you know what? I know there's laws against suicide and whatever. You can go to jail for attempted suicide too. That's a law against what you can do with your body. There's laws. You have to wear seatbelts when you're driving your car. Don't tell me what I have to do with my body. There's all kinds of laws that tell you what you have to do with your body. Yeah, the reason this bill I don't need to talk about that much is because it ain't going nowhere. Even if the governor signs it, it ain't ever going. It's never, ever, ever going to be enforced. It will be struck down by the Supreme Court. Too much precedent. And I'll tell you what, Brett Kavanaugh's not going to vote to strike it down. Remember Brett Kavanaugh? Yeah, he's. I got a feeling he's more of a David Souter appointment. Everyone was so focused on his confirmation hearing because of the alleged rape attempts, but I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that he was the best choice for the Supreme Court anyway. But there's too much precedent. Even the conservative judges will vote to strike this bill down. It's just beyond crazy. Number 2, moving on, because I'm just done with that one. What is number 2? Oh, Hillary Clinton did speak out on it, and we all want to hear from Hillary Clinton as often as possible. By the way, I'm going to do a little informal poll in my chat today. Hillary Clinton 2020. Hillary Clinton 2020. No, don't say hell no before I even ask you the question. Because I'd be like, oh, hell no. Hillary Clinton 2020. 1, if you think there will be Hillary Clinton 2020, as in the candidacy. 2, if you think there will not be Hillary Clinton 2020 for presidency, not for prison. Do you think she's going to run? 1, if you think she is going to run. 2, if you think she's not going to run. Just out of curiosity. But her thing here, the abortion bans in Alabama, Georgia, Ohio, Kentucky, Mississippi are appalling attacks on women's lives and fundamental freedoms. Women's rights are human rights. We will not go back. Well, there's one right that women have that men don't. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, the governor is a woman. She just won re-election. She opposes abortion. The sponsor of the bill, State Rep Terry Collins, is also a woman. And as David Harsley noted, the majority of Alabama women are pro-life, a higher percentage than men. Yeah, this is the thing. Only this Gulp or whatever, only 3 women had a voice in the Alabama Senate as 25 men passed abortion ban. Also, women comprise 51% of Alabama's population, but they make up 15% of the state legislature. Yeah, and so Dan McLaughlin here makes the point. The governor's a woman, the sponsor of the bill is a woman, and women in Alabama are a majority pro-life. So don't say this is a women's argument. There's plenty of pro-life women. There's plenty of pro-choice women. There's all kinds of people. And in fact, the Supreme Court that did Roe versus Wade consisted of 9 white men. Oh, wait. Was Thurgood Marshall on the court yet? Thurgood Marshall might have been on the court. But it was still 9 men on the court when Roe versus Wade was adjudicated by the Supreme Court. So, you know what? It's not just women. It's just not. Only 3 women had a voice in the Alabama Senate. Yeah, guess what? A majority of women in Alabama are anti-abortion. So there you go. And then, of course, Candace Owens. It's always funny to see who the celebrities are that chime in on things. Candace Owens, of course, this is the top people. Candace Owens says, let's see. She drives me nuts anyway. 62% of abortions in Alabama are performed on black women. Black women are only 7% of the population, but account for over 40% of all abortions performed in America. Due to abortion and black population growth, has stagnated. Planned Parenthood is voluntary genocide for black America. Well, if you think about, and I hate quoting Candace Owens because I can't take her, but damn it, she makes a correct point again. Even though I don't think, now again, I think abortion should be legal. To a certain extent. Anyway, that is, it's weird. The black population is a vast majority of the abortions. I mean, I think it's like 42% of abortions are black women. What the hell's going on? How can that be? We're complaining about becoming more of a minority status. Some of us are. Black Twitter, we're becoming more of a minority status, but then we're they're trying to convince us that illegal immigration is good for America. Well, it's certainly not good for the black people who are a part of that wage gap that you keep talking about. Because it just lowers wages for other people. Oh, but we're going to do a $15 minimum wage. Oh, you're going to lock more people out of jobs and have more automation for the people who are on lower wages. Plus, we're going to have more illegal immigrants. Let's just get rid of the border. Let's just get rid of the border and let anyone come in and whatever. That's why. That's a pretty good reason not to be excited about. Or to be about curbing illegal immigration. You would think that black activists, politicians would see that. It's like, wait a minute. We're only 13% of the population. Now we want to bring in a bunch more people who compete for a lot of the lower end jobs that some of us are stuck in because we don't believe in opportunity. So I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, let's get on to this one because I didn't want to talk about that even that long. Wednesday Wisdom's number 2, and that's the first Wednesday topic of the day. First top of the Wednesday Wisdom is not popping up because I am buffering. Thank you, Miss Pinky Thoughts. What? Someone named Miss Pinky Thoughts is at the top of Wednesday Wisdom, but they'll grow up in poverty. I'm poor. Greg, can you kill me? That must be related. She's very anti-abortion. I've followed her for a while. She is not. She's anti-abortion. That's what they're talking about. Let's see. Chill still in the air in New York City, but spring is coming. GWB at dawn. Oh, George Washington Bridge at dawn. That's a nice pick. I do need. What are we on? Wednesday Wisdom. Let's find a good wisdom one though. We need wisdom. Oh, hi Dax, you're back. Anyone else pop in? Oh, check your logic. I haven't said hello to you yet. Hi there, Faithless. I think I saw you earlier. Good morning. And I think I got Functional. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Hi there. And I think I got everybody. Okay, we're doing okay. Still got a few people in there. If you haven't hit the like button or the share or if you want to do a super chat, you can do that through Streamlabs in the link down below. Just a reminder. And also a reminder, we're going to have Hotep Jesus on the show on Friday. All right. I want one good Wednesday wisdom, and that is not it. Don't spend your capital to compete with those spending their profit. Don't spend your capital to compete with those spending their profit. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure what that means. I kind of get it, but I have to have my economics cap on to figure that one out. But I want to do one that's a little bit easier for a Wednesday wisdom. Now, what's this? What's going on here? When your kid becomes confident enough with their own body and its ability that they start throwing a few daredevil antics into the mix, this is quite literally the stuff our dreams are made of. Okay, what the hell is she about to do? Is it just she's going up the stairs backwards? Should I put the volume on this or not? What is she doing? Oh, okay. She's just going up the stairs backwards. But you know what? Yeah. Okay. She's working on. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm moving on. There's got to be. Okay. Here we go. Here's a Wednesday wisdom. Vigilance. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies toaster. Okay, that's not it. I'm moving on because here we go. Oh my God, Jennifer Lawrence, you can whatever. A hero's only a hero because he was willing to fail in order to become one. There you go. There's a good one. Good morning, Brian Mullins. How you doing? All right, enough of Wednesday wisdom. That's bad. Black Mirror is trending. I don't know why. Probably because an all-star cast, including Miley Cyrus, Andrew Scott, and more will feature in the upcoming season of Black Mirror. Now, I haven't watched any of Black Mirror. And now that Miley Cyrus has somewhat gotten her mind back, I wouldn't mind seeing her in in another TV show. She obviously lost her mind for a while, but she's kind of whatever, what's the word? She got her mind back. That's close enough is all I'm doing. So anyway, but I don't watch Black Mirror, so I don't know. I heard it's a pretty good show. A lot of people like it. There you go. Roe versus Wade is trending because of the Alabama debate. Again, Roe versus Wade is the reason the Alabama law and probably the Georgia law are not going to ever take effect. The Georgia law is set to go into effect in 2020. Ain't happening. Just because there's too much Supreme Court precedent. Now, will the Supreme Court waver at all, or will any judges waver at all on some of the provisions? I know they have a little bit. They've allowed some what are called reasonable restrictions. So who knows? But I'm pretty sure the 6-week thing in Georgia and Alabama's absolutely going to get struck down. That law's completely. And again, I'm not saying an originalist view of the Constitution. I'm saying the precedent that was set by Roe versus Wade and subsequent decisions. That law will absolutely be struck down. Period. But that's why I'm not even going to get into Roe versus Wade. I don't want to hear people argue about it. BT Sun GMA. What the hell? Oh, no. BTS on GMA. Uh-oh. Korean boy band. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? They were on Good Morning America. I'm not even clicking any of these. Oh, my gosh. People out there waiting and waiting and waiting. Anyone in on the BTS phenomenon? This is the Korean K-pop boy band. They're pretty freaking popular. I hear about them all the time. Just not interested. All right, Wednesday motivation, Wednesday thoughts. We're skipping. Phew. Mick Jagger's trending. You always wonder whenever you hear, look at Mick go. Looks like Mick Jagger's heart surgery recovery is going well. Clearly, he's getting ready for his their next. They're going to go on tour. They were on tour, and they had to postpone it because Mick Jagger had some heart problems and had to go get things taken care of. Let's see should we listen to this? Okay, so Mick Jagger's rehearsing. He's back on his feet. Good for him. Black Mirror isn't the news. Twilight Zone for millennials. Okay, there you go. That's what Black Mirror is. So yeah, Mick Jagger seems to be doing pretty good. Good for him. Let's see. Devon Tower. What's Devon Tower here? 2 people trapped on a swinging lift on the side of Oklahoma City's Devon Tower have been safely rescued. Oh my gosh. Look at this. So apparently there's see that thing up there? Apparently there were some people stuck on that thing. Oh my. Talk about a ride at Wally World. Look at this nut. Oh, look at this. 2 people are saved after spending about 45 minutes swinging out of control atop the 840-foot tall Devon Tower in Oklahoma City. 2 people were trapped in that thing as it swung around. Oh, good Lord. Look at this. Let's look at this from a little closer shot here. Oh, the 2 dudes are stuck up there on a crane. Dude, that would be a great amusement park ride, but good Lord. Woo, anyone want to ride that one? Yeehaw! That's right, functional. Dude, look at it from this angle. Oh. 2 window washers dangle from the top of the Devon Tower in downtown Oklahoma City Wednesday after high winds caused the lift to swing out of control. Firefighters were able to rescue both workers. My God, look how high they are. That's that's craziness. Oh, look at it from this angle too. Oh, it's banging against the crane and everything. Look at the dude. The one dude up there looks pretty calm though. He's just like riding it. He's on for the ride. This dude, look at him. The other one's kind of crouched down. This dude's like, fuck it. Let's just ride it around. Keeps hitting the damn thing. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, moving on. That's the Devon Tower. Doral. Trump's Doral Resort revenue has dropped since the president. Yeah, see, people were all saying, oh, yeah, President Trump's just a grifter. He's just trying to make money off of things. Prize Trump Resort is severely underperforming. Records show suggesting his business woes are bigger than previously known. Yeah, well, probably because he's probably losing money because people who hate him aren't going to his clubs. Trump's Prize Royal Resort is in a steep decline, according to the company Doc. Eric Trump said the resort was on fire, but the company later said profitability was down 69%. Okay. Yeah, Doral's he bought Doral, which is a pretty famous resort. One of the PGA tours used to go there. I don't know if they do anymore. Anyway, so yeah, people are probably dunking on Trump because Doral doing poorly. Of course, the New York, the Hill, of course they are. Larry Inman, who is that? House Business Office is closed. The Lansing office of Representative Larry Inman until further notice. Now, why is this? There are 2 text messages. State Rep Larry Inman is accused of sending to bribe a union official in an attempt to sell his vote on repealing Michigan's prevailing wage. He writes, "We never had this discussion." Oh, interesting. Notice. Now, look. Now, okay, he is a Republican from Traverse City. I would suggest doubling what you given on Tuesday. ASAP. We never had this discussion. State Representative Larry Inman allegedly told union rep in a text message ahead of a vote on a controversial legislation to repeal Michigan's prevailing wage law. Let's see. Here's the defendant. Okay, so he's being... Now I wonder if he... Okay. On or about June 13, 2018, the defendant sent a text message to person D, a lobbyist in Lansing, Michigan, who was retained by MRCCM to assist with preserving the prevailing wage law, which stated, "We all need more help. Carpenters have been good to me. Where are the rest of the trades on checks? We only have 12 people to block it." Person A said all 12 will get $30,000 each to help their campaigns, spelled THERE. That did not happen. We will get a ton of pressure on this vote. Person B and person C will go to the longest neck hold on this one. I have heard most have gotten $5,000, not $30,000. It's not worth losing assignments and staff for $5,000 in the end. They will give you the check back. I'm not sure you can hold 12 people for the only help of $5,000, for only $5,000. My suggestion is you need to get people maxed out. On Tuesday, I will do my best to hold. Person C will pull assignments for the next term on this vote. So this guy, anyway, I will text you tomorrow, make sure we have solid 12, no votes to block the prevailing wage, Larry. Anyway, so he's, okay, he's in trouble. His office is closing, and he's under indictment. And, yeah, of course, they'll tell what party he is if he's a Republican, too. That's kind of a theme in news media. If it's a Republican, good morning, Cracked. If it's the Republican, they'll always tell you what party they're in. If they're Democrat, you will not hear it in the story. Hey, you know the other thing? Has anyone heard about? Remember this? There was a school shooting in Colorado. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Have you heard anything about that lately? Have you noticed how fast that story disappeared? I think we can guess why. Because the perpetrators were not the correct type of perpetrator that the news media is looking for. Just a thought. I'm moving on. James Botterill, I don't know who that is. Okay, that's the Buffalo Sabres. That's hockey. I don't do any hockey. Sorry, guys. Although I have gone to a couple Wild games. They're fun to go to. I love going to hockey games. But yeah, it's hockey. Austin Riley, what is he? Okay, he's just hit a grand slam. Oh, for the Ghost Stripes. What are Stripers? Oh, AAA. Okay, he's moving up to Atlanta. Great for him. Razy trending with American Express. Oh, American Express acquires restaurant reservation platform Resy. Okay, big deal. Fire and Fury. Oh, yeah. The sequel to Michael Wolff's Fire and Fury is set to be published on June 4th. People are waiting with bated breath for another Michael Wolff book on Donald Trump. Remember when the first Michael Wolff book on Donald Trump came out? Anybody? And the media, even the anti-Trump cable news media scoffed at this dude. I mean, I remember interviews he had on CNN, and even they were like, where are you getting this crap from? Michael Wolff is very unreliable. But hey, his new book, Siege, Fire and Fury, Trump Under Fire, is coming out soon. Even Brian Stelter. Let's see. Brian Stelter from CNN. Harry Holt says Michael Wolff's follow-up to Fire and Fury Siege will come out June 4th. The press release calls it an equally essential and explosive book about a president that's under fire from almost every side. Well, the first book was meh. Mike Wolff's a jackass. He's so full of shit. Anyway, and me being a Trump, not being, I'm not that Trump guy, but he's a jackass. Holy crap. Update HRBT. Okay, something about some highway that has some delays. Oh, dude. There was an accident in this tunnel. What is this? Let's see. I don't know. Well, there's an accident in the tunnel and it backed up traffic in the tunnel. So the HRBT eastbound is going to be closed for a while because of this 7-vehicle crash this morning, including a tanker truck loaded with hot tar. Use MMMBT, whatever. So anyways, I don't know where this tunnel is. I have no idea, but you never want a car crash in a tunnel because that will back up traffic for a long way. Bandersnatch. What the hell is Bandersnatch? That sounds like something you do at a rock concert. I thought there would be more. Okay, something having to do with Black Mirror season 5. Okay, never mind. I don't know about Black Mirror. Those of you who watch, though, something Bandersnatch is trending. Thrall, I'm going to guess. Ooh, Thrall returns in this new patch, 8.2 Safe Haven Cinematic. Sounds like gaming news to me. Hot stuff coming through. Call Stallone, he'll get him out. Hell yeah, Stallone will get him out. Monday Night Wars? Huh? Oh, is in Raw? Okay, never mind. That's some wrestling stuff. Maybe. And once again, Rhodes is in charge of the competing company on a Turner channel. Oh, I see. There's a new wrestling company, and they're bringing back some. They might be bringing back some old headliners. So Monday Night Wars is trending when the rumor for months has been that AEW will air on Tuesdays. SmackDown moves to Fridays on Fox in the fall. Okay, that's wrestling news. If you're into wrestling, there's a whole new thing, the Dusty Rhodes. And the last thing on Twitter trending today, Kevin Riley. Okay, who cares? All right, now I've got one thing. I had one thing bookmarked that I'm going to finish up today with, and that's this lovely young lady. So the New York Post is an article on Megan Rapinoe. My national anthem protests are an FU to the Trump administration. Let's read from the New York Post. Now, and then I'm going to give you my last 2 seconds on this and then we got out of here. Megan Rapinoe, my national anthem protests are an FU to the Trump administration. Soccer star Megan Rapinoe has vowed to continue her national anthem protest while representing the U.S. next month in the next month's Women's World Cup, calling it a good FU to the Trump administration. I'll probably never put my hand over my heart, the 33-year-old national co-captain told Yahoo Sports. I'll probably never sing the national anthem again. Okay. Rapinoe, who already sparked outrage by taking a knee during the anthem, does not hide her desire to shock while wearing the U.S. team jersey during the tournament in France starting in June. I feel like I'm a walking protest, she told the site. I feel like it's kind of defiance in and of itself just to be who I am and wear the jersey and represent it. Because I'm as talented as I am, I get to be here. You don't get to tell me if I can be here or not. Who the hell gives a flying crap if you're there or not? Good for you for using your talent to represent this country. I don't care. And you know what? I hate to break this to you, Megan Rapinoe. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Donald Trump is not the United States. Do you understand the distinction, Megan? Do you understand the distinction? Donald Trump's just the president of the United States. You're protesting everybody else in the United States when you protest. Now, here's the other beautiful thing about this, Megan. I absolutely support your right to protest whatever you want. But all you're doing is what you really want in this case, and that's to draw attention to Megan Rapinoe. That's what you're doing, okay? So let's just not get it twisted. You want attention for you, okay? You are showing either your virtue or, to some people, your assholedness. I know it's not a word, but I've just made it up. Your assholedness to get attention for you. Nobody cares what you do. I mean, yes, there are people who are going to take that as an insult to the United States or whatever, or the soccer team or whatever the people you represent by playing in the World Cup in the country that gave you, I'm assuming, a lesbian woman, a giant worldwide platform to show your talent and your opportunity that you have to show that talent as a member of the U.S. national team. But here's what I think about your protest. Whatever. Okay? You do you, Megan. I know your name now because you did this. You know what? More power to you. Whatever. See, because we're from a free country. When you come back from France after your little protests, you won't be arrested. You won't be flogged in the streets. You won't be thrown off a building. You might even get a couple interviews because, to show your woke points. But you know what? Most people in this country are still not going to know your name. I just know it because I read the article. Nobody else is going to give a shit. If you come back with the World Cup trophy, congratulations. You'll get that little bonus you get from, being a soccer star in, out of 350 million people. Well, let's say 175 million people, women, who can play on that team. Good for you. Congratulations. Protest all you want. Welcome back to the good old US of A. Yeah, she brought this article. I read the whole article, but I'm not going to read it today. But the article brings up Colin Kaepernick. I see you put that in their necro. Hey, yeah, look what it did for Colin Kaepernick. Colin, and I'm going to remind you, anyone who's she brings up Colin Kaepernick and how he was such an inspiration. Well, anyone who brings up Colin Kaepernick, let me remind you of how Colin Kaepernick's protest started. His original protest had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter or police brutality or anything like that. You know why Colin Kaepernick originally started sitting during the national anthem when he was at San Francisco? It was over a contract dispute, over money. The original reason he sat is because he didn't like his contract, and he didn't like that he was sitting on the bench because he is at best a backup quarterback. But when they interviewed him, he had to come up with a better reason than that. So he said it was about police brutality and Black Lives Matter because his girlfriend talked him into that shit. But it was originally about money, about a contract dispute. You weren't happy with your playing time and you wanted to be traded, but they wouldn't trade you. They kept you on as a backup. And no other team picked you up because every defense in the country figured you out after the one good year you had, Colin. So, Megan, good luck to you. I'm sure you're a great soccer player, and we're going to enjoy watching you play in the World Cup. And best of luck to the U.S. team. And your protest means nothing to me. I wish you the best. I wish you the best there, and I wish you the best when you come back to your continued success. Congratulations on being an American where you can protest America. And on that note, that's the end of today's show, The Morning Night Live. Thank you for being here, everybody. My name is Dawg Knight. The Morning Night Live's here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT for those people outside of the country who need to figure out when we're here. Tomorrow's FTG Thursday. If you have any FTGs that you want me to highlight tomorrow, be sure to put them in my Twitter DMs over here, at Dawg Knight, or you can email them to me. Do that same Dawg Knight, put the ad on the other side and throw a gmail.com on the end. Also, reminder, on Friday, Hotep Jesus will be here. Thanks, everybody, for being here. My name is Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the Dawg Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.